Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're safe and sound as always. A little bit different. Today we're going to be talking about Marvel Tokon, Arc Systems, what I think is looking absolutely gorgeous. Not far now, it is going to be dropping sometime early August, the 6th, I want to say. If you've been keeping up with the reveals, you'll know that we've had 4 teams confirmed now. Originally, it was the Unbreakable X-Men. Then we had the Amazing Guardians fighting Avengers, and most recently the Knights of Doom. All looking awesome. Looks like the team have been listening to feedback. Please check out some of my, when we got the beta a while back, please check out some of my videos there. My first impressions, I thought it was awesome, and I'm seriously hyped. If you've been following the channel, you know we do a couple of live streams at the weekend. We jump back into Marvel vs. Capcom 2. We jump back into fighters. You know, we're a big fan of tag team fighters here. Um, yeah, it's just looking awesome. What can I say? Um, But here's the thing, there are 20 characters at launch, split across 5 teams of 4. Like I said, we've had 4 teams seen, released, previewed, and I think we've got one more team which is going to be revealed next month. So we've got a couple of weeks and that'll be the whole roster. So today I thought we'd just go through 2 things. First, we're going to break down who I think could be on Ghost Rider's team. They're kind of looking at um, the bad good guys, and then I thought we could maybe look at possible DLC. Um, Yearly one pass. You know, apparently we got 4 characters coming post launch, and I thought, yeah, it'd make some good content, so let's get into it. So if you think about it, Team Ghost Rider, the devs have been very intentional with the theming here. Um, you've got the X-Men, the new generation of Guardians team, the Avengers, and now like a pure villain squad, which is just awesome. Carnage looks like insane. I can't wait to play Carnage. Um, so yes, and then we got the anti-heroes, the sort of I think they're calling it the outlaw team. So think supernatural with Ghost Rider, and then I'm thinking street level sort of characters that sort of walk that morale grade line, I think you could say. So yeah, so I'm thinking, and the obvious one is Scarlet Witch.
Run.
There was actually a retailer that unintentionally, I think, leaked, and that was the Bulgarian retailer website called Ozone. And that was back in March. There was their pre-order listing, which mentioned Scarlet Witch by name alongside Magneto, and this was before he was confirmed, and then the page was quickly edited to remove those details. Um, and then since then, yeah, he's been obviously confirmed. So yeah, so it kind of makes Scarlet Witch guaranteed. Um, but yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Pick number 2, I'm gonna go with Blade.
There's only been one Blade. There's only ever going to be one Blade.
This one again feels like tailor-made for this team. Blade, he's supernatural. He's the anti-hero. Uh, he's a vampire hunter who is like obviously part vampire himself, and you just got that dark outlaw energy that just sort of vibes off Ghost Rider perfectly. Um, and then I think Blade has never been playable in a Marvel fighting game, so I think sort of having him will really help the game, um, which devs said they sort of like specifically wanted. Characters who've never appeared before. There's also like serious buzz around Blade right now with the on and off sort of MCU film and development. So this is just sort of my personal, yeah, I think, yeah, most wanted slot. Pick number 3, I'm going to say Doctor Strange. Yeah, I think he, again, can fit this team really nicely. He's got the supernatural element, and it's sort of the same sort of supernatural space that Ghost Rider occupies. I've not played it, but I keep being tempted because it's super cheap. It goes super cheap on sale on the PlayStation Store, and that's Midnight Suns. Um, and then he sort of crosses paths with Defenders and Ghost Rider himself. So I can see Strange easily fitting into this. Obviously, he's got a history of fighting games. He was in Marvel versus um, Infinite and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Um, and he's just a classic. He sort of brings that wildly unique magic move set. I know we've got magic already in the X-Men, but I think yeah he could be a good character in this team. I get so he just has to be in consideration really. I think honorable mentions: Moon Knight.
Sorry. You alright?
Moon Knight's quite popular. I can see Moon Knight really fitting in quite good. And then Mephisto, Moon Knight. We just come off the back of his show on Disney Plus. Again, cool character. You can see the way like he fights that could so transition into a fighting game so easy. His blades, his move sets, his powers. He's unpredictable, brutal fighter. It just would translate so easily and brilliantly into a fighting game. And then Mephisto, from what I understand, he's literally devil of the Marvel universe, which I think would just be perfect. Um, not only an ally for Ghost Rider, but for any of them, any of the characters really. It would just slot into the outlaw supernatural theme just perfectly. Or he could just, if we don't get someone like Blackheart from Marvel vs. Capcom 2 returning, you could get someone like Mephisto easily. So yeah, that's my Ghost Rider team prediction. Scarlet Witch, Blade, Doctor Strange, and then I'd love to see like either Moon Knight or Mephisto as wild cards. Let me know your thoughts. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what you think. Who would you like to see? If you've got any ideas, obvious ones that I've overlooked, let me know. And let's talk about the DLC. So the year one pass has 4 characters confirmed, 4 slots, um, and obviously the base roster is looking awesome. And then with that Marvel license and Arc systems, DLC potential here is absolutely massive. So number 1, I'm going with 4.
I'm still worthy.
I mean, 4 is pretty popular. I think he appeared in pretty much all the Marvel versus Capcom games, either as an assist or an actual playable character. Um, and I think like you could just see Arc systems just saving like some of the heavy hitters for DLC to just drive more incremental sales. The art style, obviously with Mjolnir, the lighting effects, or you just have like his Asgardian armor as different skins. For me, it's kind of just an obvious choice, but like I said, he's popular. It's guaranteed, to sort of please people. Yeah, I just can't see why he doesn't show up later down in the line. Pick number 2, I'm going to go with Silver Surfer. I think not only is this one for the fans, Silver Surfer just is a cosmic powerhouse with a history in Marvel fighting games and one of the most visual, unique characters you could say, in the Marvel universe. Shiny, chromatic, cosmic herald flying around on his surfboard, throwing Power Cosmic. It would just look awesome. You know, we've seen what they've done with the Green Goblin. He's got his Goblin board. You know, they could do the same thing, similar thing with Silver Surfer, and it would look awesome. Uh, Arc systems, sort of like graphic illustration style. Yeah, it would look absolutely unreal. He's a fan favorite. He fits the cosmic scope of the game story, and he'd just be just awesome to fight. Yeah, just a cool character that I think they could really pull off. Pick number 3, I'm gonna go with Daredevil and or Punisher. Just this sort of having like a street level slot. Just with the Daredevil and Punisher shows getting renewed and attention, and they're both quite hot at the minute. I think both characters, you know, are popular fan favorites. They would just sort of work in fighting games 100%. There's nowhere that you could like not include them in a fighting game. I think it's easy money for them. DLC would like sell so well. You got the sort of Daredevils, sort of acrobatic. It is like what was it like radar sense that he has. Sort of that could like sort of play into some sort of like counter ability. Um, like yeah, yeah, heavy sort of play style. It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. And again, the different costumes, the different deals, the skins. They would just milk us dry. You know, there's fans out there that would easily pay for all the different helmets and outfits and what have you. And then Punisher, it's a no-brainer, no-brainer. Like all the guns and brutality. You know, I could see him being like a zoner or even like a rushdown. Like he could be so like barbaric, or like a hybrid. Yeah, it'd be awesome. You know, big fan base. Um, you know, and I just wouldn't be shocked. You know, I just wouldn't be shocked if those two don't make an appearance later in the year or sometime, you know, next year. Yeah, easy money. Arc Systems, easy money. And then DLC pick number 4. It's got to be Thanos.
I am inevitable.
Like, how do you not have Thanos? You know, you got if the game's overarching antagonist is the champion of the universe, then it just makes sense to have someone like Thanos as a DLC character. You know, arriving with some kind of Infinity Gauntlet story content. It just makes too much sense to ignore. He was in NBC Infinite. He's the biggest villain known, you know, in Marvel history. He's over with the fans. He's over with the general public. You know, whether you're into Marvel comics or not, you kind of know who Thanos is, and including him as like possible post-launch DLC rather than a base roster means they could do something really special. You know, like I say, you could have the Infinity Gauntlet, um, and the gems and different abilities there, the different effects. Um, and like yeah, and like you know, bonuses as lobby items or what have you. I can see them teasing it. I genuinely think Thanos could be coming. I think yeah, it'd be a cool storyline. Easy money, easy money. So yeah, that's my video. That's the yeah my Ghost Riders team. Like I said, I'm calling Scarlet Witch, Blade, and Doctor Strange. I think those would really suit. And then for the DLC, it's got to be Thor, Silver Surfer, Daredevil, and or Punisher, and Thanos. I'd be very surprised if we don't see those characters make an appearance in some sort of DLC. But hey, that's the roster. You know, has always surprised us. You know, you got Danger, Penny Parker. You know, so they're definitely thinking outside the box. So I could be wrong. Uh, as always, if you enjoyed this, please smash the like button, give us a subscribe, give me a follow, because when that final team drops, and it's going to come soon, it's going to come up before we know it, I'm going to be streaming and putting out as much content as possible. Yeah, please consider checking out some of my previous videos of the beta. I sort of give my thoughts on there. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your comments. Look after yourselves, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.